You remember that happiness you used to have as a kid? Like, now when you walk by kids, you can see them, they're just like running around, screaming and laughing, and you're wondering where that happiness went because you're not feeling it now. You're not feeling that excitement and that joy to live that you once had. And so today I want to share with you a couple of things that I think that if you put into practice and you start to implement into your everyday life, then you'll start to feel that endless energy and happiness again. Number one is, like, it's a set of things, but they all pretty much complement each other, and it's challenges, accomplishments, and flow. So when you challenge yourself and when you do something that's like just above your skill level, you enter what's called a flow state. So a flow state is when your skill and the challenge are evenly matched and you're put into this zone of no thoughts, no distractions, you're completely immersed into the task. And that has apparently been shown to be when humans are at their happiest. It's not when they're working or when they're in leisure time. People are in their happiest when they're in flow states. And it's probably my guess that kids, like, they get into flow state much more than adults because they're trying out things right and left, right? You know, neuroplasticity is at an all-time high. Like, they're not skillless in everything, but because their skill level isn't very high in everything, and they're not being super challenged, then they're usually in flow states. And so if you can get into flow state more often, then you'll start to feel that, like, that childlike happiness. Number two is social connection. So people who have social connections have been statistically shown to live longer. Like, the more friends you have and vivid your social circle, the longer you'll live. And it's my guess that a part of why kids are have such a boundless amount of energy is because they're usually around a bunch of other kids, and like being around people you can relate to and being around people who are like around your same like skill, I guess, like, if just makes everything like a whole lot better, right? So I don't really know how to explain how social connection relates to happiness, but it just it makes sense, right? Like, you can just you can think of somebody who has like a vivid social circle, who has a lot of friends. He's probably going to be a lot happier than the guy who's alone, who's the lone wolf. And the third thing, which is it's pretty duh, it's your mental health. Like, kids, they don't think about their mental health. They don't have any pressure on them. They spend their days outside. You know, they're probably with their friends. They're kicking around the ball. They're going to the park. They're doing all of these things, and you're here like spending an hour scrolling on your phone, never going outside, and you're wondering why you don't feel like them. And they're outside for the whole day. They're doing all the things you should be doing. And if you do those things plus a couple of things I'm going to tell you, you'll start to feel that happiness again. So the first thing you can do to improve your mental health is, like, I put in my script, I put nature down, but simply like going outside more. And you know, Dr. Huberman, you've probably seen his podcast somewhere. He says that sunlight, dopamine, and testosterone are all very much correlated. So this was just like a side tip. Essentially, get more sunlight in, because that'll like raise your dopamine levels, and it'll improve your circadian rhythm, which will improve your sleep. Like, essentially, going outside will improve so many things in your life. So try to go outside more. Like, I'm recording videos outside, probably because I can't do it from home, but it just feels great to be outside. Like, I can feel the difference when I'm indoors the whole day, and then when I go outside, my mood just gets a whole lot better, because that's where humans are supposed to be. You know, humans aren't meant to like sit in their caves all night, all day long. You know, like, you would never find a human scrolling on the cave paintings. No, you wouldn't. They would all be outside. They'd be having fires and caveman parties and stuff. The second thing for your mental health is meditation. Meditation just improves your mental health. That is just it. So start to meditate more, because it improves your concentration, your mindfulness. It's just like nature. Meditating just improves everything in your life. Third thing is gratitude. So all of the things I'm going to say are pretty standard. You already know them. Like, I've made a mental health video, if you can find it on the channel. But like all of these things, you probably knew what I was gonna say, but yet you don't do them. So like start to actually take action. It's great that you're hearing all of these things, but it's time to actually implement them into your life. So gratitude, start to make a gratitude practice, gratitude journaling a regular thing. And the last thing, not correlated to mental health, or it might be, is excitement. Like when you have something to look forward to, or when you're excited for something to happen, that has been shown to like increase your levels of happiness. And so how can you start to get more excited for things? Well, it's simply to make your day like exciting. Like I don't have like a bunch of like high dopamine activities in my daily routine, but yet I'm excited for the day because I've cut out the bad habits, and that makes the good habits fun. So essentially, I don't actually know if this is true, but my guess is that when you cut out instant gratification, it makes delayed gratification better. So instant gratification is like scrolling, junk food, video games, and when you cut those things out, it makes the hard work, like recording these videos and taking cold showers and like doing cardio, it makes all of those things funner. And so now I'm actually excited to do all of those things, and so that's essentially my excitement, which gets my happiness levels up. If you can like use happiness as a metric which you can measure, or like simply like put things that you're excited to do, right? So like maybe you schedule an event with a friend on the weekend, be like, oh yeah, you want to go hit a gym workout, you want to go rock climbing, you want to do things. So put things like inside of your schedule which you get excited for. All right, I hope this helped you, and I cannot wait to see the progress that you make. Cheers, bro.